What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 2 of Big Brother Talk Time. Today is going to be an exciting episode because we have our first guest of the season, which is JoJo from season 14. If you watch season 14, excuse me, you probably know who she is. So we're going to talk about the week like we always do, and we only did last week. Sorry that it's late. We had to find time to do this, and we found time, so we're doing it now on Monday. So we're gonna recap week 6 and 7 since they were both in since it was in a double eviction, and yeah, and then I have three topics to cover, and we're gonna talk about those with JoJo, and then I have some questions for her, and then we have some fan questions. So let's get started right now. Okay, so first of all, during week 6, we left with Amber being evicted, and Nicole and Donnie were one HOH. Now, me personally, I would have rathered one of the detonators win. I'm personally not a big fan of Nicole. I'm starting to like her now. Donnie's alright. He's cool. He doesn't bother me. Nicole nominated Zach and Jocasta, which was a given, and Donnie nominated Caleb and Victoria. Caleb and Victoria won Battle of the Block, which was the domino competition, and they had to get the 3 punishments, which was the Adam and Eve. They had to be chained up together for 48 hours. Caleb had to get his hair cut, and they were on slop for 2 weeks. So, after that Battle of the Block competition, Christine won the POV, and this was, Zach, during this power veto competition, was hilarious. I mean, he's my favorite, and now I know why, because he's just so hilarious. He was I don't know, he kept checking over and over about the 2 he messed up, which was Victoria and Donnie, I believe, and he checked again and again and again, and he still couldn't get it, but he finally got it. Just a little bit, I think it was like a little under 10 minutes before the self-elimination or whatever we call it. And then she didn't use the POV. Zach was planning on going home, but last second decision, the house flipped and evicted my girl Jocasta. No offense to her, I like her and everything, but I'd rather see her go more than Zach. And then after that, where's it start? Okay, Caleb won the double eviction HOH, which was just a single HOH competition. And then, sorry about that little pause there. And then he nominated Hayden and Donnie, which I feel is a safe nominations. If I was Caleb, I would have probably done the same. Maybe switched it up a little bit. Donnie, my God, won his 3rd POV. He's what we're gonna talk about. Could he be the veto king? We're gonna talk about that with JoJo soon. And Hayden was evicted. Caleb, no, my bad. In between that, Donnie won POV, used it on himself, obviously. Caleb nominated Nicole, so it was the showmance was up for eviction, and Hayden was evicted. And then after that, the HOH Sunday's episode, I'm not going to talk about that because even though we know what happens, that's for next week, so we're going to work off of that. And let me just have the So I'm gonna we're gonna cover the topics. I'm just gonna tell you what the topics are. What me and JoJo are gonna cover. They are Cody. Oh my God, Cody being a pimp. He's friends with basically all the girls in the house. We're gonna talk about Donnie. Can Donnie possibly be the veto king? And Zach and Nicole, the new power couple, and Zinky is no longer. So we're gonna talk about those. Give me a second. While I start this up with JoJo. So it might be a little short pause here. Don't mind the background noise if there is any. So let's see. We're gonna Alright. So we're gonna have it right here. And so it's currently calling. Give it a second. It says she's not available, but here. Let me pause this, and then we'll record once we get her on.
Hey.
Hey.
Hi, sorry, I'm just actually tweeting about this right now. So.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
So,
thank you for having me.
So we
Don't
have.
mind my look. I'm rocking my Forever Lazy and just chilling today at my man's place.
I'm the same way.
Huh?
I'm the same way right now here.
Yeah, I had to do a lot. I had to. Are we starting recording? By
Yep,
the way?
we started.
Oh, no doubt. Hey guys.
So we have
all the Big Brother fans out there. Anyways, yeah. No, I had to sign a few pictures and mail that out, and then I'm also had to mail out a check that's really important to me. It's actually for a charity. It's called Beads for Battle, and I actually wanted to say something about that real quick, if I could, before we start talking about Big Brother.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, guys, if you want to help out, you know I'm always like about charities and giving back. The charity, it's called Beads for Battle. You can find them on Instagram. It's a nonprofit cancer support organization. And yeah, the information is www.paypal.com/us/webapp/mpp/send-money-online. Wow, I didn't know it was that much, the link for the PayPal. Anyways, just go to their Instagram. That's a lot easier. Sorry, guys. Beads for Battle. Check them out. It's a great organization. Try to donate. All right. I'm sending my check out today. All right.
So we'll post a link to that in the description.
Yeah. Beads for Battle.
Beads for Battle. So, Big Brother, double eviction.
Yeah. Is that where we're gonna get started?
Yeah. Yeah.
So excited to talk about. Obviously, you know, we all know the big secret. Well, night's episode.
We'll talk about that.
So we can rewind. We'll get into that, right?
Okay. So, how do you feel about the double eviction?
Yeah, The Blind Side, which we all love, of course, you know, with Hayden. And then I liked it because I like to see, you know, Nicole a little mad and, you know, like she's usually so quiet. Yeah. So I think she needed that to, like, and now play harder in a way. But hey, you never know. Jocasta or Hayden might come back.
I'm really pulling for Jocasta to come back.
Or whoever's next after them, you know, happened last season.
Yep. But I'm really pulling for Jocasta to come back. I don't know why.
Oh, really?
I wasn't.
See, I see Jocasta as like kind of like a Brittany in a weird way of Brittany on my season because she's just really good in the diary rooms and that's it.
Yes.
Competitions, she sucks. Sorry, you sucked as a coach. And social game, yeah, it was all right, you know what I mean? But you didn't do a good social game for your players. You put us down, you made us feel like crap. All you cared about was your prized possession chain. So whatever. Actually, and Jacosta's actually a sweetheart, much, much nicer, more humble than Brittany. So, but in the diary rooms, like she's just good for the diary rooms. The both of them, they're just good for the diary rooms, I feel like. And Jocasta is like that person you want to go to in the house and someone to talk to, and you feel like you can tell her anything. I bet you. You know what I mean?
I wasn't a huge fan of Jocasta. I wasn't really a fan of her, but I don't know why. I just want to see her come back fired up, come back into the competition. She said she would come if she came back in. She would go after Frankie, which I don't mind at all.
Which a lot of people now kind of are or want to.
Yeah.
Or feel like what I've been seeing on After Dark is that he doesn't deserve, not he doesn't, like, he doesn't need the money, they're like, that's great that he's building schools in Africa, but like I heard a conversation between Christine and Victoria, like really upset about it, and they're like, also he thinks that if he's in the final two, it gives other people a better chance for them to win America's fave, because now everyone's like, oh great, like now we all know who America's favorite is going to be, the $25,000,
Yeah. So, I want to...
They're not happy with him right now.
Where I want to start out is, the house flipping last minute to, keep Zach and evict Jocasta. I feel that...
They love Derek pretty much, right? I think had to do with that.
Yeah.
Derek's pretty much running the house. I love Derek. Can I just say that? Derek for the win for me. He's playing the best game. Like him and Frankie were. And they were running the house, but you know what? Now everyone's catching on to Frankie. Frankie's just like, kind of exploding on an After Dark. He can't really take it. He had to tell them his secrets. And Derek's still keeping his secret, and I love it. And he's just so smart. Like, he hasn't been nominated once. Nobody even has him on their radar, and little do they know he is like the mastermind and the puppet master, like a Dan of it all, in a way, or Will. A lot of people have compared him to Dr. Will. He's amazing. I love him. He reminds me of Tony from Survivor, who also was a cop.
I feel that his police knowledge is helping him out a lot within this game.
Yeah. He's a very calm person too, just like.
But
all around guy too. He's friends with everybody.
Yep.
Zach. So they think. But Zach, yes.
How do you feel about Zach?
Oh God, I want Zach and Frankie to like make out already. Jeez. Has that happened yet on the feeds? Because I only watch After Dark. But as a player, okay, I definitely think he's bi, number one. Okay. Which is nothing wrong with that, you know? Just we'll own it. It's all good.
Yeah.
As a player, I think he is smart. Like, I think he's a lot smarter than we think he is, He is a loose cannon, obviously, and that's never a good thing in the Big Brother house. But hey, it worked for Evil Dick, and it's working for him too, because he put himself in the right alliance, you know what I mean? He's got the right people by his side.
Me personally, he's my favorite.
Yeah.
He during the Power Veto competition, the BB Comics, he was.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
that was so.
Yeah. Or what about Frankie winning the BOB by himself?
Wow.
Can we talk about that? Because now that is a competition that reminds me of one. I don't know if you remember, they did it on my season on BB14. Yep. I wasn't there, but I don't know how many people were left in the house. But it was where they had to all go one-on-one, right?
Yeah, it was an HOH competition.
Frank beat everybody. Do you remember that?
I do.
Okay. So it's kind of like that, and they had to use both hands, right? Mm-hmm. But that was a lot smaller. Their BOB was a lot bigger. Now, I don't know. I feel like producers kind of figure like this would be a great comp because in case he decides to throw it, Frankie's on his own. He could still win it on his own. They don't want to lose Frankie. They don't want him to go anywhere. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Like, so I feel like a little bit of that. And you saw the way he wrapped like the chains around him. It is possible for you to do that competition by yourself because we've seen Frank. And then what did Frank do on my season? He had the momentum going. Once he got that strategy down, he got it down and he had the momentum going. You know, he wasn't nervous anymore. And that's what happened to Frankie. He got it down, he figured it out. The nerves went away. Then Zach and Donnie started to panic a little bit. Then they caught up. Then they were panicking, you know, and that's never good for your game because any competition, whatever you do, I'm a big video game player. I love, like, believe it or not, I love doing competitions. I'm probably doing Tough Mudder in October. I'm hoping to get in. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but Google that shit, Tough Mudder. It is some tough shit because I am a tough ass girl and I love to compete. Anyways, but fuck, what was I saying? Yeah, he just like killed it, you know, and like the number one thing when you're doing competitions is never pay attention to your opponents. Just focus on what you're doing, and that's it.
Yeah.
If anyone ever make it into the Big Brother house and you're doing a competition, don't look at what they're doing. Just focus on what you're doing, and that's it. If I would have stayed longer, I would have asked pumps. Social game, maybe not too good. Competitions, all about them. All right, but sorry. You love them.
Yeah, in last night's episode, me and my cousin were texting each other, and I was surprised with Caleb, how he just sat out. It would have been a better chance to actually participate, to have them lose it.
Well, he didn't think he'd win it on his own, probably.
No.
Who would have thought?
I was texting my cousin and I said, I like Caleb, but I didn't expect him to do that. And she texted back and said, are there even true fans of Caleb anymore? And I was like, yes, I'm the only one.
No, my boyfriend loves Caleb, actually. He's huge. My boyfriend thinks Caleb's going to win. My pick is Derek. My boyfriend, Brandon Lewis, he thinks Caleb. He loves Caleb. I don't know. Something about him.
Caleb, he's
cowboy.
He's good at comps, but I don't think he'll get votes in the jury if he's in the final two.
Yeah, well, you got to be able to like talk to people and know how to talk to people. That's it.
Okay, now we're gonna talk about Big Brother After Dark. What happened a few nights ago with Frankie.
Yeah.
Telling his secret.
Sorry, my boyfriend just walked in. Now he's making me nervous.
If you guys didn't,
I'm kidding.
If you guys don't watch Big Brother After Dark, Frankie revealed to the house that Ariana Grande is his sister. Which, do you think it helped or hurt his game more?
I look at it this way. In Big Brother, there's just pros and cons to everything. It just sometimes it's a matter of luck and just how things happen to play out and how they happen to work out too. But like I knew he was gonna tell them, but I'm surprised that nobody found out. Like when did he tell them? Day 40 something? Day 50?
Day 40 something. 46 or
40 something. 43, 42. I don't know. So obviously within a few days moving into that house, you start learning each other's last names. You start learning each other's family members' names. You know what I mean? So he said his last name was Grande, right? And he said his sister's name was Ari. Okay? Now, I don't understand how it never clicked to people. Ari Grande, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. And then I asked Pow Pow, actually, and I'm like, that never clicked to you? And she's like, no. She's like, nobody even had any idea. Nobody even thought about that. And I guess at that time, maybe they were also thinking that Zach was related, remember, to Amanda? That Zach was Amanda's cousin from last season with the America's Players mission. So maybe they were like so focused on that. You know, nobody would think like there'd be like the brother or a sister or relative of such a huge star. You know, we've seen Willie like and Russell Hand Survivor. We've seen Alyssa and Rachel Riley. You know what I mean? But that's different. Those are like CBS shows, not Ariana Grande. Are you kidding me? Like
huge pop star. Yeah.
I loved her like remember when she performed like at the VMAs, but not she did it not inside because she was still like a not like a nobody, but not that many people knew her. I remember she performed outside, like on the red carpet, like pre-show thing, and this little girl sang, and the voice. I'm like, this was like 3 years ago, and I'm like, holy shit, this girl is going places. This girl's gonna be something. She reminds me of like a little mini Mariah Carey. Her voice is amazing if you really listen to her, like those notes that she hits. But anyways,
She
I just
is.
want to get that out there and say that I loved her before she was even famous. So if you see me and Frankie chilling in the city when he gets out of the house and back, don't think it's only because of that. All right,
You're
I
both
like
in New
people for who
York.
they are, not for who they know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm. Um, and now, uh, Zach and Nicole forming a little duo together.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if that would what
I
that's
didn't
gonna
see
do in the
much
game.
of that on the After Dark, so I don't know, man. And you know what I think though too? I think it's kind of stupid if they really plan on like keeping it those final five guys. You know, I guess who is it? Derek, Frankie, Zach,
Zach
Caleb,
and Cody.
and Cody. I always forget Cody for some reason because he's never been nominated. He's got a good chance of winning too, maybe. You know, if he's got the resume that Derek has. You know,
Yeah.
because Derek pulled most of the strings. Um, but wait, what were we talking about?
Zach and Nicole.
Zach and Nicole. Yeah, okay. So like, why would you want to take those five guys to the end with you and compete with them to the end? You know what I mean? I would want to keep around like Victoria,
Yeah.
Christine, and Donnie. You know, and Zach like should like work with Nicole, even Nicole, like that side of the house rather than the other side of the house because I think the people on the other side of the house just have a better chance of winning. What do you?
I don't. It's a weird combination, both of them.
Yeah, but if it works, it works. Hey,
Yeah.
right? You know, I would have loved to align. I wanted to align with Ian, like, you know, if I stayed, you know, but like I really did. I really, really
Yeah.
did. I wanted it to be me, Ian, Shane, and Ashley. Like, and maybe throw someone else in, you know, because Ashley wasn't always that great to count on from competition. Love her, but you know, and somebody else, you know, like that would be have something to throw into that alliance.
Mhm.
But yeah, like, and who would have ever thought? And I still talk to Ian once in a while on text. I'll shoot him a text or whatever. I love that kid. You know, who would have thought?
So now we're gonna rewind 2 years back to your season,
Okay.
and we're gonna talk about first thing we're gonna talk about is Willie, his expulsion.
Of course.
Now you were in the kitchen, correct, when that happened?
Yeah, actually, I'm glad you brought this up because I've been wanting to get this out there, and I hope a lot of people see this or I mean hear this. You know, because obviously I'm from New York, born and raised Staten Island my whole life. Okay, I've been to public schools. Fighting to me, I don't condone it, like obviously, but to me, it's not like when I see a fight, I'm like, oh my god, and I'm gonna go cry and da, 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 da. It's like, chill out, guys. Like it could have been, trust me, a lot worse, a lot worse. He barely tapped him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you remember, you see me in wearing Boogie's hat, pink tank top, you know, my denim mini skirt and heels after that competition, and I'm making a protein shake, like, and I'm facing the window, like towards like the sink, the kitchen sink.
Yeah.
Because I was actually kind of laughing because I know, and not to be mean, but like it was just kind of funny to see him explode. You know, I didn't think he was gonna like actually like headbutt him. You know, like he really did not headbutt him hard, guys. He didn't. It was like a tap, a headbutt tap, and like a shoulder brush, a quick shoulder brush. You know what I mean? Like he didn't punch him in the face. He didn't have a mark on his forehead. Joe was all right. He was totally fine. Like
I wouldn't expect Joe to.
I was just laughing because I didn't know what was gonna come out of it, and I was just like, yes, Willie's gonna get himself evicted. Awesome. I've seen this happen before. No nominations this week, you know, but since they didn't do the nominations that week, you know, if if Willie would have just like, waited till like the nominations, right?
Yeah.
Like say they would have nominated Willie and Shane, right?
Mhm.
He would have nominated and waited and then done the expulsion and get himself expelled, then maybe there wouldn't have been an eviction that week or something like that. I think they did that with what was her name? Shima. I forgot her name. I'm sorry. Season 11. She threw it in the hot tub. She threw her mic in
Yes,
the hot tub.
I think so.
Yeah. So so at first I was like, all right, good. Let you throw your game away. Bye bye, Willie. And I have a whole week of safety. Me and Shane to redeem ourselves. No one's going home this week because we lost Jody one night. Then we lost Kara. Like now we lost Willie. I'm like, there's no way. I'm like, there's no way. I'm like, 3 week. That's what I thought in my head, for real.
Yeah.
Like, and literally 20, not even 10 minutes later, on the TV, nominations today. And like I got teary eyed, like, and that's when I had to go up and talk to Frank,
Now.
But yeah, so I didn't want to jump into it. That's why people are probably wondering, why didn't JoJo try to stop Willie? Why didn't she say something? All I said was, listen, I can't work with you anymore. You digged your own grave. You made your own bed. I told you this was going to happen. That's it. I can't be associated with you, and straight up. And then I feel like that's when like kind of he like exploded because he realized like, at least I told him to his face, you know what I mean? Shane just ignored him, and Brittany just kept pulling him down and stomping on him and making and belittling him,
Yeah.
So I just told him, I'm sorry, I can't be associated with you, and that's it. So when I saw it all happening, going down, I'm like, I'm not getting involved. I'm like, I'm like, let me sit back, enjoy the show, and that's it, and that's it. True BB style. This is not the Bad Girls Club. This is not the real world. This is not Jersey Shore. This is Big Brother. Sit back, take a back seat, and just watch other people.
And now, a
each other out.
A question I've always wanted to know is, how was Brittany as a coach?
Wait until it's your time to, start doing moves. Don't do that the whole game. Don't sit back and watch the whole game.
Oh no.
Make some moves, do some shit, but
yeah.
There are times when you gotta just sit back and be quiet and watch.
Definitely. So how was Brittany as a coach?
Oh, I told you, horrible. Remember, I told you. Everybody says it. Everybody knows it. Everybody, even my boyfriend says it. She sucked. She was like a last minute thing. What do they call that? There's a word for it. Like the way Joe was, when you're like a backup plan. It starts with an A. Oh God, I forget the word. But she was like a last minute. Like they couldn't get who they wanted, and they brought it. And because she was fan favorite, she was good in the DRs, great. I loved your impressions of me, Brittany. They were hilarious. I love it. Boogie, your impressions of me on the feeds were great too. I love them. I love it. Make fun of me all you want. Love it. But Brittany, as a coach, you suck. Like you saw Janelle and Boogie and the way Dan was coaching. You know what I'm saying? They cared. Like she didn't give a shit. She didn't give a shit about anybody but Shane. That's it. That's all she saw. She saw Shane as her golden trophy to the end, and that's it.
I agree.
She was weak. She was always crying. She was a Debbie Downer. She never brought positive energy